So as the midterms approach, President Trump is warning his supporters, fresh off their Kavanaugh victory, don't sit home. It's very important that you guys turn out because the Democrats, not only are the Democrats, if they do get into power, will change things, obviously, and of course Donald Trump and the rest of conservatives hate change. That's the whole point of being a conservative. But the Democrats are too extreme to govern. This is what he said at a recent rally in Kansas. Take a look.
If you allow the wrong people to get into office, things could change. They could change, and they could change fast. And we're not going to let that happen. We can't let that happen. It can go very quickly. It can change very fast. We can't let that happen. You don't hand matches to an arsonist, and you don't give power to an angry left-wing mob, and that's what they've become.
Wow. Don't give power to an angry left-wing mob. He basically just compared the Democratic Party to a bunch of arsonists. That is both hilarious and also sad. You see what he's doing here, right? He's gaslighting us. Like, oh, those Democrats, well, they don't believe in rule of law, and they're just nothing more than a mob. Well, let me refresh your guys' memory on what a mob is. Remember these guys? Oops. These guys are Donald Trump supporters. These are members of the alt-right from Charlottesville. They were responsible for one of the deaths in Charlottesville, where an alt-right person ran over a protester, Heather Heyer. Oh no, you don't hand matches to a left-wing mob. But apparently, it's absolutely cool to hand matches to a right-wing mob. Look, the whole purpose of being a conservative is to shrink and destroy government and to privatize it. That's the whole point. Also, to stop social progress. So it's what I've been saying before. It is the Republican Party is reactionary. That's all they are. They're reactionary and they are dangerous. And yes, they are violent. When's the last time you heard of an attack by a so-called left-wing mob? And by the way, they're comparing women who were angry about Kavanaugh being appointed and them not looking far enough into the sexual abuse allegations by Kavanaugh, and of course his stances on abortion and look, for me personally, his stances on corporate dominance in our politics. All that stuff is deeply troubling, and so when people voice their disapproval, suddenly they're a left-wing mob, and they're also apparently paid by Soros, and that's of course going around as well. That's amazing, man. That is amazing. Now, here's the thing. Talking about lack of, by the way, due process. The whole Kavanaugh confirmation wasn't a criminal proceeding. If it were a criminal proceeding, he'd have been going to jail, not sitting on the Supreme Court. So that's a ridiculous notion. It's also in conflict, the whole idea of, oh, can't have mob rule. As I said before, the protesters in Charlottesville with the damn tiki torches, in his rallies, there are chants of lock her up, lock her up. There's Donald Trump saying, beat the hell out of protesters, beat the hell out of these guys, the protesters that go into Trump rallies. Come on, man. It's projection, it's gaslighting. It's exactly what they're railing against. And by the way, they're saying, oh, we need civility. We need civility in politics. Says the people who have been so uncivil over the past 8 years. It's amazing. I mean, I could go. I've been covering I've been covering the Republican Party, I should say. And yes, I covered Donald Trump extensively during the 2016 election and then afterwards, after he became president. But even before that, the Republican Party itself has not been civil. When a black guy won in the White House, they lost their collective minds. They went crazy hanging this, President Obama in effigy. You want to talk about civility? You want to talk about mobs? Come on. Pure projection from some of the worst people in America.